So, good afternoon. We are back with our. Actually, it was a Friday session, but it's happening on Saturday, 22nd of August. So, I was in the process of releasing version 2, which is a major release from version 1.1.11. And as you can see, it has blockchain verified reproducibility for SEM research. So, this is a major feature that I have added, and I am looking forward to feedback from everyone. The reproducibility gap that researchers face is that they need more than a p-value. A reviewer may ask you to reproduce a model fit. 8 months later, can you prove the numbers? A co-author can send back a corrected table. Did the coefficient quietly change? Journals increasingly expect verifiable provenance, not just a static PDF appendix, right? So this is how it looks like. No change in the UI part, but you will see major changes here on the top here. There is a timestamp option available here, which is off by default. So if it stays off, then there is no change, no major change. And of course, you can get this at the this is the GitHub repo where you can get it. So let's get a new theme here first. Let's take the morning serenity theme, right? So how does this timestamp make a difference? So, and what small changes that we have made? Let me upload a document fsQCA sample and clear these ones. I don't need these ones. Let's go to analyze fsQCA, and we have also added the option to see the full form. So if you hover over CFM mix, it says finite mixture PLS. If you hover over PLS pos, it says PLS prediction of oriented segmentation. Similarly, in fsQCA, it says fuzzy set qualitative comparative analysis. So it mentions these things. So let's put performance as the outcome variable and leadership resources and training. Leadership resources and training as the condition variable. They are all comma separated. And let us run the fsQCA here. So you will see the necessity analysis, leadership, label, and condition resources and training. It will show you complex solution, parsimonious solution, intermediate solution, and coincidence analysis, right? So this again is result is available in the report. So if you go to report, fsQCA tab is active, which shows that it is having some values, and this is a standard run, right? So all of this data came. You can click on live log. It shows all the live log of what we did, correct? Now let's do the same thing with timestamp on. So let's go back to analyze. Let's turn on the timestamp, and then let's try to run this, right? So if I run this now, it says, and if the server is not available, it says Bitcoin timestamping not completed, unavailable, local fingerprint is unaffected. It still generates the same output, but doesn't change the result. So there is no impact on the performance of the system, whether you enable it or disable it, correct? With this, let's go back to the reproducibility gap. So journals increasingly expect verifiable provenance, not just a static PDF appendix. What's new in V2 is that once the server is enabled, and I will share on my GitHub how to enable it. Um, Bitcoin timestamping becomes on for every analysis. You can select that before you run analysis. It anchors a cryptographic fingerprint of your results to the Bitcoin blockchain via the free open timestamp networks. So it does not mine coin for you. What it does is it creates um, a hash of the transaction and stores the hash in this blockchain. So anyone can go and verify this hash. And it is across all 22 analysis types, not just the main PLS-SEM. How it works from result to making it independently verifiable proof. So you run your analysis, you run any of the 22 SEM, fsQCA, or scale development endpoints. It generates a fingerprint. Fingerprint is a hash of input and output. It's not the raw data, so raw data is not going to the blockchain. Then it gets anchored to Bitcoin via the free open timestamps calendar network. And there is no charge associated with this to any of the people using this software. Then it gets embedded in exports. So if you export a CSV, JSON, code, APA7 of compatible docs or PDF reports, you will get that fingerprint in these reports. So people can use that fingerprints later in time to verify the experiment. So what this isn't, that is also very critical to understand. This is provenance without the crypto baggage. So this is not a Bitcoin wallet. You cannot buy, hold, trade, or mine Bitcoin. There is no crypto also set up for this server. It is off by default. Every one of the 22 endpoints ships with anchoring disabled. So it's not on. So you have to manually click and select it to enable this functionality for every run, right? So every one of the 22 endpoints ships with anchoring disabled unless you opt in, and only a hash leaves your machine. So this software was built with offline first concept, so it still stays offline first. If you want to use it online, then only a hash of the transaction leaves your machine. Your dataset, syntax, and results stay local. Your dataset or syntax is not leaving your machine. Only a hash of the transaction leaves your machine that this experiment was performed, and this is the hash value based on the fingerprint ID, right? What else is in this release? So we have wired fsQCA end to end. So there is live run logging and results persistence. We have added method tooltips, which I showed. You can hover over any acronym and it will give you the full name. We've added some strong borders and cleaner diagrams so that the UI gets a little bit of improvement. How does it differ from any other tool? We have kept the price as free for V2 as well, while others are paid licenses. We have zero limit on the sample size. We are providing this software for Windows, Mac, and Linux. fsQCA is included, which may not be available in other tools. APA7 export is included. One-click docs export is there, and result provenance is added. Bitcoin timestamping is added, right? Which nobody in this area has, right? So how can you get this software? So you can get NAVAL-SEM v2.0 for all three distribution, Windows, Linux, and Mac on github.com slash navalsing9 slash navalsem slash releases slash tag slash v 2.0.0. This is the entire URL, and this URL is also there in the SourceForge page as well. So you can click on this and get the binary, and you can install it on the computer. And most of we had good fun bringing V1 and now V2 out for all of the researchers. I sincerely hope that you have equal um, convenience and satisfaction using a robust, free, uh, and secure SEM tool. Thank you so much for your time. With this, we close today's recording.